Are you still undecided after seeing the results from tonight?
Yes, I am. And I'm basically waiting to hear about policy, specifically what they will do for some of the concerns that are in the black community, like education and crime.
Do you think Nikki Haley should stay in the race?
I think she should stay in the race because I haven't heard from her about what she thinks right now and some of her policies and what she might do.
Larry Kabrowski here is a county councilman, former chairman of the Republican Party in this county. So you're staying neutral right now. My question for you is, do you think Nikki Haley should stay in the race?
I think it would be a very tough road for her. I think you look at our state, our governor, or both our senators, or 5 of our 6 congressmen all came out, for Trump. And if you looked at the results in New Hampshire tonight, as I was watching, 75% of the Republicans voted for Trump. I feel this would be a very tough state for her.
Maurice Washington used to be the chairman of the Republican Party here. You're supporting and going to vote for Donald Trump.
Correct.
Do you want to see Nikki Haley stay in the race?
I think she needs to take a long, hard look at the demographics, the voter demographics. If she couldn't win in New Hampshire, which favored her as a candidate for the presidency, I don't see a pathway forward in a state like South Carolina and other states ahead or after the South Carolina primary.
You're a Trump supporter. What do you think? Do you want to see Nikki Haley stay in the race?
I agree with.
Do you think she'll stay in the race too?
Do I think she probably will hang in there? I don't think it's a wise decision.
Why?
Well, like you said, most of the majority of the people have spoken in the party, and you've seen where Vivek, Tim Scott, and Ramaswamy, everybody is bringing the party together. I think now is the time for unity, and I think this kind of like splits the party and takes away where we can unite. And most of the party right now has.
No, these are not. A black Republican from New Hampshire? Are you kidding me? There are no black Republicans in New Hampshire. There are no black people in New Hampshire. These are South Carolina voters. What do you mean? South Carolina is very black, as opposed to other parts of the country. Much of the South is where a lot of the black people live. Wrong. I know the black. I know the black guy from New Hampshire. Oh my God, Ludwig's stepdad. Oh my God, Ludwig's stepdad is the one black dude from New Hampshire. Oh my God. You're right. That's crazy. I stand corrected. Anyway. Mount Pleasant is 93% white. New Hampshire is like 90+% white, dude. It's insane.
United.
Does anyone else think she should drop out, your former governor? So a couple of you. Well, here's the question. I found this really interesting. I want to tell our viewers that almost everybody here, I think, except for one person, thought that Nikki Haley was a good governor here in South Carolina. Who doesn't think she was a good governor? Okay, one person. But everyone else said she was a good governor. Why don't you think she'd be a good president?
Well, I don't know if it's so much that she wouldn't do a good job at that. I just think she's the wrong person for the job at this time.
Why is that?
I just think Donald Trump has made a presence in our world. He has made hard decisions with other leaders all across the world. And
they're so crazy, dude. It's just because they love Trump. That's literally it. Bro. People in the chat thinking that she's making like Hillary Clinton style memes like, oh, well, she's a woman. It's not the right time for women right now. No, that would be more logical. Hasan, I'm active duty military and went to a store on base today, and they're giving away Jank's book to everyone who came in. Bro, he's winning. Jank is undermining the American military by infiltrating the minds. The officers are all Jank loyalists. There will be a coup soon. Don't care, still voting for Jank.
He's proven that already. I mean, he was the only one who has kept us out of wars, kept us out of conflict.
Well, he's not the only one ever, but you're saying during his, because we've had presidents since George Washington.
Well, true,
Okay,
true.
I think we all know that.
Yeah.
I was never a history teacher, but I know that.
So
Okay.
he's just the man for the job. He's proven himself and
What,
the
okay, what do you
timing.
think?
Well, I think it's undeniable that Nikki Haley had a good track record as governor, but President Trump had a good track record as president. And he did a lot of good as president, and I think he can continue to do that.
One of the things I want to ask you, Nikki Haley, when she spoke, we were all watching her speech and Donald Trump's speech together. She said, quote, "The first party that retires its 80-year-old candidate will be the party that wins this election." What did you think of that statement?
Well, I thought it was a bit of poor judgment for one thing, because that is an age group that vote. They have the highest turnout of any age group routinely. So I think disparaging that age group, and it was not a smart thing to do.
What do you think about it?
They're coping. They're doing optics arguments. Guys, this small business fascist that narrowly avoided dying to COVID is over here saying Nikki Haley is doing bigotry in the form of ageism. Okay? That's American politics, baby. Everybody's a liberal. But by the way, I want you to know that if you ever turned into a right-wing griefer, I would still support you the same, relatively, but still. Hell yeah, thanks, brother. The fuck? I would have to be phenomenally entertaining for any of you motherfuckers to actually follow along with what I'm saying if I was like directly undermining everything I advocate for right now, okay? It would have to be generational talent. Like, unimaginable talent, like you've never seen before, for me to get a bunch of left-wing people to turn heel and become psychotic right-wing reactionary content watchers. You know? Maybe all the people who hate me would become left-wing revolutionaries, though.
About that, when she said that.
I think she got some enemies from that. That was just a low blow.
A low blow.
Yeah.
It was a low blow.
Because I saw some of you hiss when she said that. Let's see. Does anyone think there's accuracy to that? What about you?
She has said before that she likes to tell the hard truths. I think in that she told one. I think she's probably spot on with that comment.
To our two Haley voters, if Nikki Haley doesn't make it and Donald Trump is the nominee of the Republican Party, will you vote for Donald Trump?
Of course I will.
What about you?
He'll have to convince me with his campaign. He needs to be what I call more presidential. He needs to have less drama, and he needs to have better results.
And do you think that if he isn't, you could possibly vote for a Democrat?
Bro, what do you mean? He has to convince me with his campaign. He was the president, bitch. You know how he is. By the way, he's 100% voting for Donald Trump. God damn it, I hate American politics so much. being a Republican is so awesome. Because, like, especially if you're like a rich white guy and a Republican, like, your guy's giving you everything you want. Then all you need to do is fucking worry about, like, the aesthetics of it. You know what I mean? Well, I don't know. Aesthetically speaking, I don't really like the way he carries himself. It's like, what are you talking about? Okay, so there's functionally no difference between him and Nikki Haley then, beyond just the simple aesthetics of the matter. Fuck. Must be nice getting everything you want all the time.
Right. Joe Biden, for example.
That's a stretch. That's a stretch. I worry, though, with when a president creates and lives in drama, I worry about the global situations that we face. And I think we only need one dictator to be offended by something our president, whoever it may be, says, and we could end up in a very serious situation. So it concerns me that we have so much chaos. And I think Donald Trump, he loves chaos because that's when he does best.
So one more question about this. I want to make sure I know what you're saying. But if Donald Trump, in your estimation, keeps continuing chaos, and you don't like Joe Biden, who might you vote for?
I might write in somebody.
Who would that person be? Yourself?
You.
Me. I'm not running for president. The one thing I want to tell all of you is thank you for watching this with us. It's nice meeting all of you, and I hope all of you with different opinions stay friends after this. Are you going to? Sure. Okay, good. The South Carolina primary.